What's poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We got some more footage from the Hwang Zero Simulator, which if you were interested in and you want to support it, please know that they're not taking any donations. Instead, the best way to support them is to go subscribe to the Hwang Zero channel. None of the cards are actually stored in engine, everything pulling from official sources. And there will be more updates on how you can support and get more invested in the simulator as time goes on, so keep an eye on their socials for updates. And for now, enjoy, as we have Bagra Army, my titular deck, facing off against Beelzemon. People did seem to like the gacha Beelzemon. This one, an opponent on a little bit more of a standard approach to Beelzemon. And this deck, honestly, Digicross decks can be a little bit clunky. In fact, Digicross as a mechanic in general is pretty clunky. So if you haven't already, go check out the absolute giga banger that was my, what was it called? The absolute giga banger that was my Digicross doesn't work video. But right now, this deck will be working at maximum capacity. You see that 3 U's on turn 2? W. Alright, so it looks like they'll be setting up with that iron marker, go sideways to set up the next one, and then they're going to swing. We're going to take the block because we know they're going to be looking to try and get some value. You can see Death the Cannon, when it gets trashed from deck, goes straight to hand, so they get to go +1 there, but because they've actually drawn a card from their hand, I will steal a memory and draw 2. I wasn't actually expecting them to do it. I kind of forgot that they could do that. It's like, oh yeah, they don't really draw cards to hand off of effects in this deck, with the exception of that one Death the Cannon. So it works out pretty nicely there, as we're just going to set up the saves. Choosing to prioritize the non-Bagra targets to put them under Tamers, because when you're on Darkness Bagra, you're only bringing back Bagra targets, so it's important that you get your non-Bagra targets saved under U's as frequently as possible. Speaking of, we are going to use this U in order to reduce the cost by 2. Using our only source there. We're just kind of playing it slow. We don't actually need the Skull Nightmon really to do all that much. We were kind of just playing it low to the ground. Just try and make it really awkward for them to try and pass turn. They got 12 cards milled in trash. They're going to play 1 out, of course, which will bring them back down to 11. But when they gain their memory, they'll get some extra value. Their level 3 is to delete on the stack. It's going to go into Imp X here. Oh, but then we're going to give up our blocker because it's probably getting popped anyway. We're just going to get the extra draw power. Would have been nice, I guess, to stop us from taking 2 checks, but we're not super worried about it. We're in a pretty good position. Potentially 3 checks of damage coming this turn if they don't get the pop, and they don't. Instead, they're going to pass us 4 in the mem setter. Nothing in raising, so this will be an off turn. We do survive. But we'll die on the second one, so we'll get the draw, and then we will save, which will put us under the left U. We're just going to try and go left to right just to keep in track on what we're doing. Die on the second one. Going to choose to not play another one. We accidentally save under the wrong U, like a Pepige. Just a straight up Pepige. So we have kind of trolled that. I'm going to play a Gumdramon and Digicross from the field, because it's already sideways, so we might as well just get some value out of it. This time we're going to put a target underneath the middle U just to try and get some extra value back. And we have, like, low-key kind of trolled this, so we're going to reduce the cost using the left U. Oh no, never mind, we're going to choose to not. Just going to have to hit no on all of them. And then we're going to save the U sources to drop all 4 of them under the Blastmon. Oh, it's not even all 4. There's a red source under this. We actually needed all 3, so we have to pay full cost for it. And we're going to swing into the Beelzemon because it doesn't have the floating off of a Balmon inherit or like effect, so we can use it to just kind of swing through there. Not bad, all honesty. Once again, they've added cards to the hand, so we're going to scan them for memory. So I guess actually, yeah, they do add cards to the hand with the Rivals Barrage quite a lot. Obviously, they're not going to be like getting any like regular draw ones, but just by the nature of Rivals Barrage and Death the Cannon going to hand, you can kind of get a little bit of extra value. Again, mandatory pop because they did mill a card. They actually do kind of get it back thanks to hitting the Wizardmon off of the one of. And it means they'll be able to go for a 1-choke with the Beelzemon, but they get that Iron Marco, put card to the top. They don't get any extra hits, so it's really how much they can get off of Beelzemon here. 10 cards left in deck, 27 in trash. If they mill 3, they'll be gaining back 3, but it's not going to be enough to actually put them to be able to go into a blast mode off of the Iron Marco. I'm actually a huge fan of using the mem set at Iron Marco, and I like that they are just going to go for the deletion here by milling 2. We are going to get some extra value though. It's no longer a 1-choke, a nice hefty 4 memory to play with. And we are set up quite nicely here. We're going to swing into security, and then we could choose to go for Lilith, but there's nothing in raising, so instead we'll just play for deletion. Pop the 1 body on board, load up 5 sources, and that is going to be game. It's going to take them a little bit as they try and figure things out, and they are eventually just going to end up scooping. Just putting too much pressure down. So I hope you liked what you saw, and if you want to see more, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to also support these videos like our amazing members, make sure to join the membership, and we will see you in the next one.